So tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one brutal question. Am I willing to pay the price? If the answer is no, close this chapter and live peacefully. There is no shame in choosing comfort. But if the answer is yes, then steel yourself. Because in the next part, we will talk about the real starting line, not motivation, not ideas. But the one thing most people misunderstand about beginning and why being broke may be your greatest advantage. You imagine that being broke is a handicap. You imagine that lacking capital is the reason you have not begun. You imagine that if only someone would hand you a modest sum, just enough to get started, then you would show the world what you are capable of. Rubbish. Being broke is not a disadvantage. It is leverage. When you have nothing to protect. And that, my ambitious friend, is freedom of a very dangerous kind. Let me take you back. There was a time when I had no money. Not a bit short this month. I mean genuinely skint. Living in a room that should have been condemned. No savings, no fallback, no degree. No wealthy uncle waiting in the wings. What I had was irritation. And irritation is underrated. Irritation at mediocrity. Irritation at watching other men, not smarter than I, command rooms and command incomes. Irritation at the quiet assumption that some people were meant to lead and others meant to serve. When you are broke, you have a clarity that the comfortable never experience. Comfort dulls hunger. Hunger sharpens instinct. There is a particular fire in those who have been dismissed, overlooked, underestimated. If you are broken young, you possess the most explosive combination in business, desperation and stamina. The desperate will work 16 hours without complaint. The comfortable will not. The desperate will take calls at midnight. The comfortable will switch off their phone. The desperate will risk embarrassment. The comfortable will preserve reputation. You see, reputation is expensive to protect. When you have none, you can move quickly. That is your advantage. The middle classes are often trapped not by poverty, but by partial success. A decent job, a modest mortgage, a car on finance, children in school, a predictable rhythm. They cannot risk humiliation because they have an image to maintain. You do not. And here is something nobody tells you. Most breakthroughs happen because someone who didn't know better tried something that the experience dismissed. Experience is valuable, but it can also be a prison. Conventional wisdom is simply the accumulation of other people's conclusions. It is often wrong at the edges, and fortunes are made at the edges. When I began publishing what became computer magazines, the industry experts were united in their certainty. Nobody will buy magazines about personal computers. They were very confident. They were very wrong. If I had been wealthy, comfortable, well-advised, I might have listened.